Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. So there was a lot of craziness going on this weekend, a ton of awesome series, a ton of awesome games, a little bit of extra drama, a little bit of extra craziness on the side. And I knew, and I think everyone knew, this is something I was going to get to eventually. This is something I was going to address. This was something I was going to talk about, but I had to deal with the more important stuff first. You know, we're here to watch amazing League of Legends, to talk about the players, the teams, all that stuff. And so if some crazy stuff happens behind the scenes, we'll get to it. But this was not the highest of my priorities. But it's something we need to talk about, and that was the hilarious, crazy, embarrassing TSM drama that happened this past week. So obviously, we all know during the TSM and EG series, there was a lot of pauses. There was hours and hours and hours of delays. I think the series ended up taking like 8 hours or something like that in total because of the pauses and stuff. It ended up that there was just audio issues in the studio that were affecting both teams. Now, yes, Evil Geniuses did end up pausing most of the times, or maybe every single time, and yeah, that was probably frustrating. It was annoying for the fans and the players. They felt like TSM got the short end of the stick a couple of different times, but at the end of the day, they ended up fixing these issues. They ended up figuring out a way to play. They agreed on stuff together, and nobody is rooting for technical issues. Nobody wants that to affect the series. Could you be maybe a little bit upset with EG or whatever? Yeah, I guess, but it's a little bit weird, a little bit cringe, especially when the stories and the truth and everything has come out. But this is where the spiciness started. This was the tweet that started it all. Of course, every day at TSM is a banger. This day was no different. Artemis, this is one of the coaches or a member of the staff for Evil Geniuses. He's the LCS performance coach or lead or head, whatever, manager for Evil Geniuses. He said EG players repeatedly lost all audio and were instructed to pause by Riot officials. We were told by officials that the audio issue was present for both teams. We asked officials to play through and they declined. All decisions are being made by Riot, not EG. Yikes. And he shares a couple of tweets from none other than TSM FTX Dunk. And his first tweet honestly was fine. His first tweet was maybe even funny. It was maybe even a good tweet, and that's what people said. If he had just left it at this, that was fine. Evil Geniuses with the pause emoji, whatever. That's totally fine. That's just a fine tweet. It'll probably do okay on socials. People might get like a quick, nose laugh out of it or something. No harm done. No one's going to get flamed, anything like that. But then he decides to carry on. He just says, "What an absolute joke. As if I needed more reasons to hate that dog water org." And I think I honestly have a couple more tweets. It's hard for me to find everything because you guys know the history between me and Dunk, whatever. He has me blocked. He has a lot of other people out there blocked. So it was hard for me to see everything. Here is another one. This is a tweet that didn't even necessarily get shared around, but here's another one of the tweets that happened as well. He said, "What an absolute joke." Treat says, wait, what? Who, what? And Dunk says, EG being rats. So, you can really see where this guy was coming from. There's a lot of hate, a lot of vitriol, a lot of negativity. I don't even know if that's the right word or whatever, coming from this whole situation. And it was crazy. It was weird. It was random. TSM was having audio issues too. Maybe TSM was more willing to play through it. Maybe it came at bad times for TSM. I don't really know. I mean, at the time, I believe the series was tied 1-1. Even though TSM started off strong in game 1, EG was able to bounce back in game 2. And like I said, I've had my history with Dunk. I don't think he is necessarily a great person. I don't necessarily think he's that great on the socials. I think you can see that he is a TSM Ultra. He has always been a TSM Ultra. He's been a toxic TSM fan in the worst ways. And that has obviously fostered a community of the toxicity and negativity between the TSM fans. Things go from the top down. The apple does not fall from the tree. You can see a lot of the same issues going on in the TSM org, in the people that they hire, and then in the fans that they cultivate. And I really, am not surprised by a lot of this to see from Dunk. Obviously, from the interactions I've had with him, they've sent a lot of hate my way. There's a lot of hate about me in the TSM Discord, in the TSM communities, and it's fostered by a lot of these guys and the things they say. And they have power. They have a following. They are members of an organization. Not only are they, putting out stuff to their community that's then going to get parroted and echoed and be voiced. You are probably someone that TSM fans look up to. You're also representing your organization and the sponsors. And right now, the LCS is also a franchise league where all the teams, yes, you're going to have rivalries, you're maybe going to have some bad blood and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, all the teams are lifting each other up because the success and growth of some teams is going to, grow some other teams and stuff like that. So for Dunk to, have this stuff coming out was super, super weird, and tons of people replied. I thought this one was hilarious. Most sane TSM employee. We had Monte Cristo coming out and saying, I know it's incredible, but this guy isn't even a top 10 moron at TSM. We had a lot of even the level-headed and more nice people in the community coming out and really criticizing Dunk for this, and I think rightfully so. Mark Z says, there are literally no winners in a scenario like this. Orgs, players, teams, fan, riot, casters, engineers. No one is happy and everyone wants issues resolved. EG isn't even doing this. We definitely shouldn't start mudflinging for no reason, which is absolutely a great response. We had Peter Dunn come out and say, it's hard to be the most evil guys in NA when our competition is this. We also had CLG Myra coming out and saying, hey, flame an org for a tech issue, get warranted extreme backlash, cry, say, okay, I'm the better person, play the I'm the better person than you card, because Dunk responded, anyway, that's it for me tonight. I have to be up in like 5 hours to start my 26-mile charity hike. Oh, he's going to do some charity, guys. Like, hey, now that takes away from all the crazy shit he just said, which is just kind of funny. Question mark, profit. Did you guys know he does charity work? Guys, he does charity. Did you know he does charity? Pretty funny. I have, I think, a couple of other tweets here. So this ultimately led into EG and their players and their org playing into it. Vulcan, he tweeted out the truth about the LCS audio issues. And then he posts a little tweet longer. He says, the truth about the LCS audio issues, there was no issue. I was pausing to gain a competitive advantage. You mad? Which is hilarious. Vulcan would then also go on to tweet this out when the enemy team starts building momentum. Pause. This is like some, I don't know, therapeutic facility or something like that they're at. This is just absolutely hilarious. I mean, he's farming so many engagements. And it's just absolutely hilarious. Your social media manager, your social media expert, the guy who's supposed to be able to navigate these things super, super well, not only putting out good tweets that gain good impressions and all that, but representing your team and brand with a voice that they want to be represented with, but also dealing with these things. And that's what so many people have said. How can you be a guy who is employed to be a social media professional, social media expert, the best of the best? TSM wants to be the most prestigious, the best, the leader of all esports things in the world. So Dunk should then in turn be one of the best at his job in the world. And you, are just uncontrollably toxic. You can't even help yourself. You are just tissue paper soft when it comes to getting backlash. You're not able to handle the criticism and stuff at all that's coming from being on social media and being on the internet. And that's what's happened time and time again with him in all of these situations. And it's just absolutely insane. And again, this is similarly to what's happened with me and him in the past, where he's coming at me saying that I'm the biggest TSM hater in the world and I'm the biggest idiot and I'm embarrassing and all this stuff because I said that TSM had a bad offseason. I didn't like the direction that the org was going. I didn't think they were going to have a good year. Lo and behold, TSM finishes 9th and 7th in the 2 regular seasons of this split. And he's saying everything that I said was embarrassing and idiotic and all this stuff. And then, he's kind of showing his true colors a little bit, which was just interesting. And, I'm not preying on anybody's downfall. I have never said I want him to lose his job or I think he should be fired or anything like that. I get it. This is his career. This is how he makes money, how he makes money for his family, his livelihood, all that stuff. I've never asked for him to be fired. I've just questioned hey, he doesn't seem like a great guy. He doesn't seem like a great person to lead a brand or a great social media person. I think he was a social media person for TSM at a great time when they were really growing and really exploding. And, if you're the person on socials for a team that's already exploding and growing in a million different ways, your job probably starts to get a little bit easier in that regard. But we also did have the TSM subreddit, coming out and kind of being critical of him as well, which was very, very interesting because usually TSM community is very, very tight-knit. Usually they will go to bat for their own, even to a fault. And like I said, a lot of these communities are cultivated by Dunk, and he's very active in them. People are saying, hey, there's several more tweets in the scene weighing on this. Really bad look for Dunk, especially this tweet reply. Worst part is he went to bed after all these tweets, so he can't do damage control or delete anything till he wakes up, so everyone will see this shit when checking Twitter while waiting for the next game. It's honestly wild for a head of media to do something like this. Yes, absolutely. If you're going to put out some crazy shit, delete it. You don't want it sitting up there. If you see you're getting backlash, you don't, it's not worth it. It's never worth it. Like, there was no way in hell that him putting out these tweets were going to make any sense, that it was going to be relevant. He also then goes out to apologize, and again, He has me blocked, so I can't check his tweets and stuff, but, we got some screenshots of what's going on. He said, sometimes I tweet on this account like I'm just a TSM fan, and I forget I'm representing an organization. I'll make sure I continue to act professional here. Sorry to those I upset with my paused tweets today. Super hilarious. People were very, very critical of this. Holy shit, dog shit apology. When you come out and you say, I'm sorry, but, or I'm sorry, and you give some kind of explanation, sorry to those I upset. He's not even sorry necessarily about what he said. He said he's sorry that I'm representing an organization and sorry because of my pause tweets or whatever, or to those I upset with my pause tweets. Also, people are like, how the hell are you a social media, again, expert, manager, whatever you want to call it, and you forget that you're representing an organization when you're putting out posts on social media? That's your whole job. That's your whole thing. What does that even mean? What are you saying? Like, are you like, I don't know. It doesn't even make sense. Your emotions and your responses are that uncontrollable. Like yes, that's what his history has shown us. But it's just absolutely hilarious. He says my personal dislike for EG shouldn't be something that I share. Which again, he's also sharing by saying it in this tweet, which is very, very strange. Last year when I made my mistake, he's talking about, posting his suicide meme tweet, whatever, which, again, I think was very, very stupid. I don't think he meant to do that, but I also think, again, if you are a social media expert, you should know what memes mean and know what's going on. But again, I never said he should have been fired for anything like that. I think people make mistakes. I think people move on. But, again, I don't know. He's doing a bad job of painting TSM in a good picture, in a good light, especially to the public, especially at a time where they've gone through a ton of drama this year for being assholes, for being accused of being assholes, the Reggie stuff, the drama he's been in. I don't know. Esports is a tight-knit, small world, and it seems like, he's rubbing a lot of people the wrong way. Last year when I made my mistake, they were the only org to take it and meme me on their social media in front of their fans, driving more hate my way. And again, people have said, like, hey, they didn't drive more hate your way. They made fun of something on social media, and you are going to get the backlash that you deserve for shit that you do. Something I still need to learn to get over. Again, this was like over a year ago, or maybe a year ago at this point. I'll make sure I do better going forward. And then the top reply here, yeah, because TSM fans would tweet that. He says, sometimes I tweet on this account like I'm just a TSM fan. It's like, no. That also is not a normal tweet for just a fan. That is the toxic end of the crazy fan spectrum, which he is. That's just what he is, which is not good. But he doesn't even have an understanding of what like a normal fan should be or could be, which is crazy because then again, on his accounts, he goes out and tells other people how they're crazy, how they're embarrassing, how they're ridiculous. But he can't even look himself in the mirror when, again, this is his whole job. This is his whole profession. So it was very, very bad. People really did not like this apology either. Regardless if what he tweeted was bad or if the apology is good, it feels absurd that you can be the head of global socials and forget that you're representing an organization when you're on social media. Hardest thing for me has always been separating my work from being a super fan. Again, super fan to a fault. Absolutely. And again, his definition of super fan is not normal. I've always been open at how much I've struggled with that. I act rash in the heat of the moment because I'm passionate. And again, you can make whatever bullshit excuse you want. That's not being passionate. That is being toxic. And if that's just who you are, if you are just toxic, whatever, then don't be fucking starting beef with other people saying how embarrassing or toxic or delusional or crazy they are when you're self-admitting that that's what you are and you can't even help yourself. Like, don't be pointing fingers unless you maybe have everything figured out, which, again, just so funny. This whole situation is so insane. I'm still trying to do my best not to happen, but it's only happened a couple times. Sorry again. And people are, again, you have a half-assed apology, and I'm sorry, but, or hey, it's only happened a couple times, guys. Calm down. Dog shit apology. He's clearly not sorry. He's just sorry that people got mad. He clearly, would have loved to leave that stuff up there. Maybe he even got in trouble behind the scenes or got yelled at, or maybe people at TSM are mad. Who the heck knows? Just a crazy, crazy story. Again, on my side, hey, I'm fine with all this. This makes my situation with him look way better. Like, this guy has taken shots at me before. He's taken shots at the game house before. And apparently, there's a lot of other people in the scene that don't necessarily think of him in the best light. Again, I don't think he's doing himself any favors. I don't think he's doing TSM any favors. Obviously, my whole problems with TSM have been, I didn't like what they did this offseason. I hate the person that Dunk has publicly, displayed over the past year. And I really am not a fan of Reggie and the bullying allegations and stuff like that. And somehow they've spun that all into me being a TSM hater, and he wants to talk about, EG has sent hate his way. He has 100% sent hate my way from himself and the TSM community. So again, he is just the biggest hypocrite in the world. One of the, I don't know, just not not a guy I'm a fan of, not a great person, I don't believe, but who knows. Definitely a super, super crazy, hilarious, interesting story. Not a good look for TSM in a year that has been full of pretty bad looks overall. Their season's over. Hopefully we can all move on to 2023. Hopefully we can put this whole thing behind us. Like I said, I've never asked for Dunk to be fired. I've never called for his head, called for his job, anything like that. But, you know, when some bullshit happens, you got to point it out. And obviously we were going to talk about this one. So keeping you guys up to date on all the latest drama, news, all that stuff going on. But pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about anything we talked about in this video today. Consider checking out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/I_am_germ. First link in the description below. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then.